Last week, Brian Kemp, Republican governor of the state of Georgia, signed a law enacting a policy its supporters call constitutional carry. Under constitutional carry, also called permitless carry, Georgia residents are entitled to carry concealed handguns without a permit. Does that sound like just deliriously irresponsible gun policy? It should, because it is, but it gets worse. Georgia is the 21st state to enact such a law, according to a fact sheet by Every Town for Gun Safety. That's 21 states out of 50. That's 42% of the states where people are legally entitled to carry concealed handguns with no license, no safety training, no background check. You got a handgun? You want to take it with you to the mall? Go ahead. Why? It doesn't matter why. The fact that you want to is all the reason you need. Welcome to Georgia and Alabama and Texas and Alaska and Oklahoma, Kansas, Arizona, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, there's a surprise, huh? Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine. Those last three proving that ludicrously permissive gun laws are not just for rednecks. Thank you very much. It actually gets even worse than that. These past few years, gun-related deaths in the United States have been on the rise. The numbers were horrifying before, but in 2020, according to the Gun Violence Archive, there were 43,654 gun deaths in the United States, an increase of more than 4,000 from the year before. And last year, there were 44,975 gun deaths in the United States, which is over 1,000 more than there were in 2020. So, gun deaths have been a major problem in the United States for many, many years. The problem has recently gotten even worse, and the solution being offered by these right-wing firearm fetishists is to make it even easier for more people to carry guns around in public. This is like trying to reduce automobile-related deaths by getting rid of driver's licenses and seatbelts. Except it's not exactly like that. Republicans aren't passing these laws because they think they'll reduce gun-related deaths. They don't give a shit about gun-related deaths. They never have. They're ghouls. They're fucking ghouls. There could be twice as many gun-related deaths this year. There could be 10 times as many. It wouldn't make a difference. They don't care. But incredibly, or should I say expectedly, it gets even worse. Because according to surveys conducted by Every Town for Gun Safety and researchers at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health Center for Gun Policy and Research, respectively, 88% of Americans think a permit should be necessary in order to carry a concealed gun in public, and 83% of gun owners and 83% of Republicans think there should be higher safety standards for people to carry concealed firearms. So, not only are these permitless carry laws reckless and counterproductive to solving this country's gun death problem, the overwhelming majority of Americans, including the overwhelming majority of gun owners and Republicans, don't even want them. There is no excuse for any of this, not even a bad one, not even, well, it's what the people want, because it's not. It's not what the people want. If it's not what the people want, and it doesn't make, sense at all, why are mostly Republican-controlled legislatures and governors all over the country doing this? Other than the fact that, as I already mentioned, they are ghouls who do not give a shit. They're doing it because it appeals to their base of fearful, ignorant, gun-stroking shitheads with persecution complexes, and because nobody is really trying to stop them. Included in nobody, that 83% of Republicans and gun owners who say they're not on board with this. And my question to those people is, where the fuck are you? You're willing to tell a pollster that you oppose permitless carry, but that's as far as you'll take it? When someone asks you if you support higher safety standards and requiring a license in order to carry a concealed firearm, you say, yes, absolutely you support that. But come election day, what? You don't bother to vote? Or worse yet, you vote for people who are going to continue to let the gun lobby set policy? So, if that's the case, and I kind of think it is, let me ask you another question. What fucking good are you? Because here's the thing. If you say you support safety standards and licenses to carry a firearm, but then you vote for people who don't support those things, you don't support those things either. If you really believe we need more sensible gun laws in this country, then act like it. Vote like it. Oh, but Steve, that's not where the Republican Party is right now. If a Republican supports those kinds of gun laws, who are they supposed to vote for? That's easy. Democrats. They're supposed to vote for Democrats, specifically for Democrats who agree with them that we need better, safer, stricter gun laws. And by the way, that goes for Democrats too. You want better gun laws? Vote. Vote for people who will make it happen. When people are running for office, running to represent you in your state legislature, in Congress, tell them you support things like license requirements to carry guns. Tell them if they want your vote, they're going to have to work to make it happen. Answering yes in a poll accomplishes nothing. Voting and pushing our elected officials to do the right thing can accomplish something if we do it, if we push hard enough. So, don't get me wrong. I'm mostly mad at the Republican elected officials who are actually writing and passing these laws and the gun lobby to which they are shamelessly loyal. But I'm also pissed at the people in this 83%, because those elected officials and that gun lobby couldn't do what they've done if the people in that 83% actually cared enough to stop them. The people who make these laws have no excuse for the things they have done. And the members of that 83% of Republicans and gun owners who oppose things like permitless carry have no excuse for the things they haven't done.